How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Hack Slash Kill Your Idols. This is a one-shot put out by Image to celebrate 20 years of Hack Slash, so a 20th anniversary special, and this also reunites Tim Seeley with Stefano Caselli, who was the original artist that did Hack Slash Euthanized, the very first Hack Slash story. So we're getting the old team back together. But if we look at the title, Kill Your Idols is the Image eye, and behind Cassie is classic Image superheroes. So yeah, this is a crossover. Hack Slash meets the Image superhero universe. And I will say, and this happens sometimes with crossovers, it is interesting to be exposed to a bigger world, but it is a lot of stuff that is a little outside of my interest and a little bit strange and different to me. And I think if you don't know the Image superheroes, they do a good enough job introducing who they are in this volume, so you won't feel completely lost. But if you do know the Image superheroes, I think when a character shows up, you'll be much more excited and you'll get more out of it. But overall, the story played out fairly interesting. What do the superheroes have to do with this new slasher that shows up, and kind of digging and uncovering a conspiracy. And I really did like how, Cassie has been fighting these slashers kind of tooth and nail and pulling her way through. And now after doing all this stuff with slashers, she's fighting superheroes, and the way she constantly feels a little out of her league, and the way she constantly has to work harder and harder to fight her way up. I did find that was really interesting. Now, it did share some superhero tropes that I don't really like. The way too many characters show up out of nowhere, that's in there. And also the way the superheroes will fight each other, it kind of needlessly. Just two superheroes show up and rather than talk, they start punching each other. And I'd imagine because this is Tim Seeley, a lot of this is done for parody, but it is still things that I'm not a super big fan of. So overall, even though this was a crossover with something a little bit outside my interest, it was really cool to see Hack Slash back, and it was actually kind of fun to see how well they work within a world that they weren't really designed to be in, So it overall is a cool issue. It is really fun. It is good to see more Hack Slash, and I hope to get more of it soon. But anyway, without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera. I'll show you guys some of the story and some of the art. I'll do a bit of analysis, but no major spoilers. So without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle, taking a closer look at Hack Slash Kill Your Idols. Right off the bat, I love this cool, bright cover. We get Cassie there with her bat and this red outfit, and she's on, standing on this guy. And we get to see other Image superheroes behind her. And if you look at the eye in Kill Your Idols, it's actually the Image logo, which is pretty cool. We get 20 bloody years here at the bottom, and then we flip it to the back and we get this picture, and it says, when slashers stalk the heroes of the Image universe, they turn to Cassie Hack, and she hates it. And we get these two, and we get 00111, cover A, rated M for mature, and a blood-stained Image logo. Anyway, cracking the book open, we get to see that the scripts and layouts are from Tim Seeley, and art by Stefano Caselli with Dan Leister. And after that, we get into the story proper. I'm not going to do any major spoilers, but I do want to take a little bit of the look at the story and the art. Anyway, we open up with a pretty standard slasher setup, a couple of kids messing around, and a slasher villain coming out to kill them all. This is going to get the attention of Cassie and Vlad, who quite quickly show up and take this guy out. And as they walk away, they say, hey, the series is basically over. They're like, this guy is some psycho, this guy's some regular serial killer, but he's not what we know as a slasher, because those guys are all extinct, when, surprise, surprise, this guy gets up from the dead anyway. They'll follow a lead because he does mention a name, and that will eventually bring us to the house of what they know as a World War II veteran, but it turns out he's a cyborg. So yeah, this is the first appearance of a hero from the Image universe, but the guy chases him around and they say, oh, I was asleep and my technological robot parts did this automatically. And yeah, there is a thing where, you know, superheroes will like needlessly fight with each other, and that is in this book a lot, and I kind of wish they had made a little bit more fun of it, because a few of these battles really could have been avoided just by talking things out more through and through. But anyway, Cassie will stab this guy in the back with the bayonet that she got off that first slasher, and he'll recognize it as the bayonet from Blue Coat, a supposedly dead hero in the Image universe, and that's going to lead them to on this big investigation. Basically, they have to go and talk to a bunch of other heroes from the Image universe. Again, here's some in cryosleep, and when they wake them up, there's going to be another battle that doesn't really need to happen. But basically, there is a program that's was set up a long time ago to try to revive dead superheroes so that they could help them out again. And when they look at the old program, there's a woman there named Dammit Jane, which is a fun name, but it turns out that she looks exactly like Cassie. So why is that? Who is this person? And what is her connection to Cassie? But yeah, we get a whole bunch of Cassie. You know, we do get a bit of her internal monologue, how she thinks of things, you know, having to go through all that stuff with the slashers and now having to face off and hang with literal superheroes. And yeah, just the way she feels out of her league and the way she feels like this is all spiraling out of control, and how just like every time before, she has to basically hang on and stick to it. And I do like this little bit in between where they're just hanging out and watching TV, and Cassie's like, I'm just gonna get some air for a minute. But yeah, it does build to a pretty fun battle at the end that I don't want to spoil, but a lot of Image superheroes and even dead Image superheroes show up, and we do get an interesting revelation to that mystery that does say something pretty interesting about Cassie. But again, I won't spoil it. As I said earlier, not being super familiar with Image superheroes, I wasn't like wowed at every single one that shows up, but still overall fun to see Cassie in this different world and somehow she still fits. And overall, a good book, good to see Hack Slash back, and hopefully we get more within this universe, because I really do love it, and I could always go for more Hack Slash. I would love it if they brought the series back. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist at the bottom. This should be my Hack Slash playlist where you can see me talk about a bunch of the other past entries. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.